about time. I knew I wanted to do something that was unique and personal to me and my story, so I put my tap dancing in the track. This is my tap board. I cut up a yoga mat and glued pieces of it to the back so that it's slightly elevated. You just plop that down and dance. The way I recorded the tap dancing pattern, I recorded myself doing the same phrase a couple times, and then I stacked those together because it forms such a nice, thick, cool sound that you don't get from a normal sample. Here's one of the slides. Here's the second one. And here's the third one. All together, they sound like this. It adds depth to the song that no other sound or instrument can because it's organic and it's its own thing. It's one of my favorite parts of the track for sure. Another really fun thing I wanted to incorporate into Thank You For Your Time is Shave and a Haircut 2 Bits, which is this pattern. It's a classic tap dancing phrase that if you're a dancer and you've taken a tap class, you've for sure done it or heard it. And if you're not a dancer, it's still just a really cool pattern and a really fun way to end the song. It hits home in terms of my roots and where I came from and grew up and my dance studio, and I knew that's how I was going to start and end the song. I wanted this track to have a dreamy quality to it. Especially you have the deep kick drums and the stomps and the taps. I wanted there to be a breathy, airy feel. So I layered these two pianos. And this one. Compared to the other instruments in this song, it adds such a nice contrast. And it tells a story. Just that sound tells such a cool story. I personally really like producing in Ableton Live. It's super easy to use, whether it's piano or guitar, but I really like using it for drum loops. For example, this is the chorus. I have this drum and this one. Together, you can hear it hits really hard, but the second drum has a nice reverb on it that adds space. So a while back I went through this phase where anytime I heard a really cool sound or something that sounded interesting to me, I would pull out voice memos and record it. So I was going through all my voice memos and cleaning it out, and I found this. The moment I heard it, I instantly knew I was listening to a dance rehearsal. I couldn't tell you when I recorded it. It was probably at LA Dance Magic, if I could take a guess. And I told myself that day when I found it, I said, this is going to be on one of my songs. And it is. Thank You For Your Time starts off with this voice memo, and I just think it sets such a cool visual instantly. The bridge. I get a lot of questions about the scatting in the bridge. So I was writing the song, and I didn't know what I wanted the bridge lyrics to be. I knew I wanted it to be big and chanty, but I just could not verbalize that. And my producer and I were sitting in the recording studio, and we were throwing lyrics and melodies back at each other, and we were just kind of like, and I stopped and I said, what if I just recorded that? That's so normal for dancers. Dancers do that all the time when they're verbalizing what the movement should feel like. And it's also really cool looking back at it now because it's paying homage to a really cool era that is in a new modern form. We all know in our own way what rejection feels like, whether it's a job, a dream, a relationship, a friendship. This song is a reminder, it's an anthem, saying I'm going to be who I am no matter what other people say and no matter what life throws at me.